I'm starting.
Oh.
All right, today we're doing a couple of things. First thing is addition of ordinates. So if you're given a couple of graphs and you're asked to draw another one which is a combination, you can use this addition of ordinates. What that actually means is adding the y coordinate. It's not very good, mate. So you have a look at the x coordinates and then you add the values of the y coordinate. To get the
adding y coordinates.
Adding y coordinates. Yeah, forgot the y.
Not that big of Davis.
No, it's got a new shirt.
It's not.
I can't cope with the new shirt. That's exactly what it is. All right. So if you have.
Can I?
Yep. Yep.
Hang on. Watch how good students learn. Thank you.
No worries.
Oh, what is? Make sure.
Alright, so we might have y1 equals, say, 2 sin x. And y2 might be, what's y2 going to be? 3 cos 2x. And we're going to do that between 0 and 2 pi. And then from that, we're going to use addition of ordinates. To sketch y equals 2 sin x plus 3 cos 2x. Alright, so we would use it when we've got something a bit more complicated and we can break it down, do those 2 individual ones, and then we can add them together. You can also do it if you multiply. So, for example, if you had something like that, you could sketch that as y1, that as y2, and then instead of adding the y coordinates, you would
Subtract.
well done. Multiply.
Oh, is that right?
No, it was wrong.
Oh.
I thought you were trying to be funny.
Oh, no. Don't worry, keep going.
Alright, so with this one, y1. Alright, what's our period? The period of this is?
Pi.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
just
which
one? Yes.
2 pi, thank you.
Oh,
The amplitude is?
2.
Alright. Alright, there it is. And it's sine, so sine starts here. Period later we get back to that spot. Halfway we're on the way down, halfway we're at our highest point, halfway between there and there with our lowest point. So y1 is red. y2, what's our period of y2?
It is pi. No.
Yes.
Yeah, it is pi.
2 pi on 2, which is pi. Amplitude,
3.
alright. So cos starts
At 3.
at 3. Then one period later, which is pi, we're back up at 3.
The opposite back.
Halfway between there, we're at our lowest point. And halfway between there, and we're only halfway to the domain, so we got to repeat that. Alright, so this one is where the addition of ordinates comes in. We add the y coordinates. So you just work your way along. The y coordinate of the red one is 0, and that's 3, so 3 plus 0 is still 3. Here, 0 plus whatever that is, it's just that. And here we've got positive 2 and negative 3, so we're at negative 1. 0 plus whatever that is there. 0 plus 3 is 3. And then just work your way along. Whatever that is, 0 plus. Didn't quite go down far enough there, did I? Oh well, not to worry. And so now we
Oh, that looks so bad. Sorry.
Like, you did it again. Like,
That looks
not like the
It's not going
line,
down again.
but like the other parts.
Oh, so I'm just working my way along here. For this x value, I've got 0 and 3. 0 plus 3 is 3.
3, right? Yeah.
This one here, I've got 0 plus whatever that is, so it's just that, isn't it? Here, that pile 2, I've got positive 2 there, negative 3 here, so it's minus 1.
How did it go below?
2 minus 3. Here I've got 0 again, 0 plus whatever that is, it's just what it is. Here at pi, 0 plus 3 is 3. Here, 0 plus whatever that is, it's just whatever that is. Here I've got negative 2 and negative 3, so we're down here at negative 5.
Oh, okay.
0 plus whatever that is still that. And 0 plus 3 is 3. Right, so just look at each of those spots and then just add whatever our y values are together. Alright, you can also do the products as well. If it was a product, if I wanted to do that times that, you'd multiply it. I want to do an example of that. Alright. Alright, so that's addition of ordinates. The next bit we're doing is finding rules.
Please don't rub off the graph.
Please no.
Alright, I'll leave it there for a bit.
Hang on, I have it. See there? Even better. Oh, we're in finding rules now.
I wonder if you tutor.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's only one question on this.
Are we not doing 6G?
Look, that's enough for me.
Are we not doing 6G?
6G is, I think, outside the course.
We've done it.
It was the last one.
Why is it in
Oh,
the
it's
text?
right
Right
there.
there. It's
Hmm?
right there. Why is it in the text?
It's part of it.
There's a couple
No,
of
it's
things.
part of transformation. So I don't
Yes,
know.
because I think G was,
Yeah.
I think the first one was horizontal.
Oh, yeah, F and G were, one moved this way and the other exercise moved that, so we
Yeah.
did them both together. That's what. Right, can I rub that off?
No.
Yes.
Do it anyway.
Oh, no.
Take a photo.
What's the problem, Glenn?
Don't worry. So good. Shut up. So good.
Leave me alone.
It's okay, but-
All right, finding rules. All right, so some examples. So you could be given a graph. And you may be given what the rule is. So this one. You're told is some form of sign, and you've got to find what these numbers would be based on the graph that you've got. Alright, so when we look at this graph, we just need to get some information off it. So, here's our midline. Our amplitude is 2. And that's the big A. Our period, we know for sine is 2 pi on n. And in this case, our period is
6.
6. Back to the same spot. 6 equals 6. So when we rearrange, n would be 2 pi on 6, which is
Pi on 3.
pi on 3. And translation,
There. Oh, there's one up. Up. So negative. Up 4.
up 4. All right, so our equation, our rule then would be y equals, instead of the big A, we're going to put the number 2, thank you. Instead of n, we're going to put pi over 3 and plus
4.
4 on the end. Alright, so there's graph. Read the information off the graph. Sometimes you'll be given information in other forms.
I have a thing about this. Just calm down.
I'm getting excited, just maths, so you know.
I absolutely butchered this.
Excuse me.
But still.
Oh, you said just yeah, you can do the chocolate.
Top bit. Alright, example.
In the book. Cheeky reading. Alright, before I rub this off, here we're talking about, in the question it talks about the range between -2 and 4. So the range means what?
Why?
The y, exactly. So the range on this one is between there. So it's between our lowest point and our highest point. In relation to the amplitude, the range, which is that much there, is
Double the amplitude.
double the amplitude. So if that there is the amplitude, and that down there would be the amplitude. So the range is 2 times the amplitude. All right. So also, I'll just rub that out. It's 2 times the amplitude, and also we can do the translation. All right. So anyway, let's have a look. So our amplitude is a half of the size of the range.
So the size of the range, if this goes from -2 to 4, 6, the size of the range is 6. So a half times 6 is 3. Now, the other thing is about our midline. So our midline, which is our translation, would be where, do you think? Maximum minus the range, yep. The amplitude, I should say, not the range. Max minus the amplitude, which is 4 minus 3, which equals 1. So that means we have a translation up 1. All right, the other thing we need to know is about period. And period we know is 2 pi on n, and we're told it's 3. So when we rearrange that, n would be
Equal. Use the everything.
2 pi on 3. Yep. So, y equals, how many times cos? 3 cos. 2 pi on 3 x plus 1. Right, got one more example. Right, all right, to rub it off.
Yay, just for me.
Yeah, this is the bottom bit.
Cameron, bloody old pal.
What is that an 8?
Yep, funny again. Epsilon.
That thing up there, I was told the name of it.
Oh, is it actually a thing?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Greek symbol.
so I shouldn't write the lowercase even.
It's a Greek letter.
Yeah, it's
Write
Greek
it
letter.
later. What's it called again?
Epsilon.
Epsilon.
Isn't that a, oh no, that's Ypsilon. Isn't that Italian or something?
Yeah.
But you were going to say the caterpillar out of Alice from Wonderland.
Yeah. What is it? Upsilon.
Is that what it's called?
Upsilon. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what made me think.
Yeah.
The caterpillar.
Smokes pipes.
And this is all recorded.
Is this another question?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I said Eugene.
Oh, you are.
Have you not written that down?
How are you so slow? No, it's just explain to me.
Make you want to do that.
Sorry. The methods is you want
All right. So we've got some stuff here. Got a range, we've got a period, and we've got a point that it goes through, and we've got a form of
the equation or the rule. So, since the range is first, we'll start with that. What can we get from the range?
Amplitude.
Amplitude.
2.
Amplitude is 2. Yep. Half times 4, which is 2. From the period, we can get, because that's 2 pi on n, we can get n, period 6, n would be pi on 3. Alright, so let's put those things in. We have y equals 2 sine pi on 3t plus epsilon, and that's what we have. Alright, we do have one other piece of information. The question is what we're going to do with that.
Sub it in.
Sub it in, great idea. So when y equals 0, when t equals 4,
Surprised you didn't.
so sub it in and get that. Alright, we need to solve. To move that 2, we alright.
Why is there a 4 on the part?
Oh, never mind.
Shouldn't be a T there, should there?
Yeah, that's better.
Because T is 4. Is that better?
So then should there be a 4 in there?
Right, so
I get it.
it's pi on 3 times 4.
Yeah.
I've just written this 3 pi on 4. 4 pi on 3. Alright. So now we've got to solve. So we're looking for angles where the sine of those angles
Hang on, wait.
is equal to 0.
Yeah, where'd the 2 go?
Divided.
Which 2? I divided by 2.
0, so there's nothing.
Oh, that's.
Over 2, over 2.
You're totally right.
So I'm looking for angles, and the angles are 4 pi on 3 plus epsilon.
How do you get 4 pi on 3?
4 times pi on 3.
Pi on 3 times 4. 4 is 4 over 1. 4 times pi is 4 pi. 1 times 3 is 3. So we're looking for angles where the sine is 0. So where is sine 0?
0.
0. Over here and so on. Now, in this particular case, we're just after one value of that. So we only need to worry about one of these. So we're only going to worry about this one here. We're not going to worry about the pi and all the rest of it. So if 4 pi on 3 plus epsilon is equal to 0, epsilon's got to be
Negative 4 pi.
so our equation then, or our rule I should say, put that in, 2 sine pi on 3 t minus 4 pi on 3. That's it. Alright, so 3 different ways that you may be given information. So basically what we were trying to find, we're trying to find amplitudes, periods, any translations, and then once we know those, we put them into the formula.
What happens to that step where it's 0 equals sine, rah, rah, rah? What
Right.
happens between that and the
So we're looking for an angle, any angle where the sine of that angle is 0. So if we go to our unit circle here,
Yeah.
sine is 0 there and here. So we could have 0, we could have pi, we could have 2 pi, we could have 3 pi, and so on and so on and so on.
Right.
But in this case, we just want a value for this. We don't want multiple values, we only need one. So I said, all right, we'll just, won't worry about the other times where sign is 0. I won't worry about those because we don't really need them. All we need to do is the first one, and that will give us a value. And in terms of the graph, all of these give us exactly the same graph anyway, just how much have you moved it across. Move it across 4 pi and 3, or another period more than that, or another period more than that, or another period more than that. So all right, anything else I need clarifying there? All right, so that's 2 exercises. The first one, H has only got 1 question there and a few, and then and we'll spend the rest of the day and tomorrow working on those.
Gotta go do that thing. Right. Mr. Senator, I've got to go do that thing.
The survey, yeah.
Yes, I am.
Just make sure when you get